The Birnock Water runs out of the Moffat Hills, down the valley between the Greygill Head and Alton Fell, past the Moffat Well, through the town of Moffat and into the River Annan, which then flows all the way to the sea. It's a steep, narrow river that runs through a hidden away gorge between the two hills. It provides a good laugh in low water conditions, and when it starts to rain, which does happen in Scotland quite a lot, it turns into a solid grade 5 run and an excellent day out, with only one portage where the river becomes too narrow to fit your boat through. The technical details of the river. So it's a 4.18 kilometre long run for the section that's paddleable. There's different sections, as with every river, which I'll explain later on the map, which are different grades. And the water that's needed, one day of rain, because it's such a small river, one day gets it, so it's going enough just to paddle it, but you can't have too much water in it. It just keeps on getting better and better and better and better. To describe the put-ins and takeouts, I shall be using this map and this cup of tea. You can of course alternatively use the Bing Maps online, which also has an OS section in it. The put-in is marked by a small wooden bridge, just a little bit before a wooded area, and the get-out is here at Kayantics headquarters, where you can enjoy a nice hot cup of coffee when you get off the water, and a place to park. The best parking for getting to the put-in is at the Moffat Well, as it is the last place that you can drive to in a normal vehicle. There's two grade 5 sections, one here just under a kilometre below the put-in bridge and the other just past the well. There's also the portage, which I mentioned earlier, which is here just before you get into the town of Moffat. Unfortunately, at the moment, between the put-in bridge and the first grade 5 sections, it's really overgrown with a lot of trees and probably isn't worth the risk. When you get to the first grade 5 section, it's marked by a right hand turn and it goes through a slide which is about 10 or 15 feet long. After the slide, there's two waterfalls of about 10 foot in height. After the second drop, the river narrows and there's a chunky hole that's made in decent flow. After this hole, it's relatively simple, grade 3 before you reach the well, where it steps up to a bit of grade 4 before you're then into the next section of grade 5. This next section of grade 5 is a bit more technical than the first section. There's big boils and tight turns and a lot of power when the river is in high flows, as it channels down when you get to this section. After this section, it's grade 3 as you exit the gorge all the way down to the portage, which is easily walked round on the right hand side. After the portage, it's fairly narrow and fast flowing water for a short distance, and then it's grade 2 all the way back to Kayantics headquarters.
yeah. You guys are on film.